have an audience for my when I'm talking because I'm. No, y'all can stay there. Y'all can stay there.
Well, let's go outside.
No, I want you to grab your phone and do what he's doing. Don't look like you looking at us while we're doing that. That's distracting. Thank you very much.
Pressure on you.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is a fun collaboration and I am excited to introduce you to the person I'll be collaborating with, which you probably already know because you saw the introduction to this video. And so we are going to welcome in my good friend here, Miss MyraLorraine, and
Hi,
we have a fun collaboration with you for you today. It is Kwik. So this is an out of print pattern 3764. However, did you find yours on Etsy?
Yes.
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 And I found mine on Etsy as well. This is a very good pattern and we're going to get into the review, but I want to say in the outset, just keep in mind if you have any pattern that's maybe similar to this, especially if it's Unlined, this is going to be a good video and we'll be talking you through kind of the fabrics and textiles we use to create these looks. So yeah, we're going to jump right in. But first, Myra is going to have a full, much more detail on hers. Myra, definitely tell them where they're gonna find you. Y'all know where to find Myra.
Yes. Hi, for those of you who don't know, I'm MyraLorraineOfficial on Instagram and Facebook. And I will be giving a full review. I'll do a live on Christmas Eve, I believe that's when we're doing Christmas Eve. I'll do a live on my Instagram channel about this jacket so you can see all the full details there.
Yes, so we're gonna jump in. I'll let you know what I'm wearing now. You all saw this and it's glitter all over this jacket, but this is the glitter fire that we talked about a couple videos back. This is the Love Notions Juliet top that I hacked, and it have the ties. I just have the tied up in the front here, but that is what I am wearing. Me made. Do you have anything me made?
Yes, my whole outfit that you can't see is me made as well. I have on my favorite TNT leggings and my tank. The tank, I believe, is the Lowland Kids tank, racerback tank, and I love it. I actually modified it. It's not a racerback, it's just a regular back, but that's what I'm wearing right now. You can't see the whole thing, but you will see it on Instagram.
Yes, so we are going to jump in. So behind the scenes, it is December 13th that we're recording this, but I'm gonna take you back to the fitting process because we started this Labor Day weekend, maybe?
Yes, we started
in September.
Yes.
So let me take you back there and then we'll come back to where we are today. Okay, popping in to share an update I'm gonna make to this pattern. This is an out of print pattern. It's a really good MOTO jacket, but I'll pop up the line drawing. I am going to make a change because the fullest part of my belly area is tight and I want to share with you what I am planning to do. So Myra and I are working on this. Let me just share with you what date this is. I'm so proud of myself. We are working early. As you can tell, it is September 17th, but we started on this a couple days ago. And so, as you can tell, I'm fitting fine up in here. We haven't hemmed the sleeves, so that's why they're longer. We haven't put the lining in yet. But this part here around the fullest part of my belly is tight, as you can tell, extremely tight. Now, a jacket like this, while maybe if I wear it, I probably would wear it like this or completely open. However, because I used a full zipper tape. Let me raise this up so you can see. See, I used full zipper tape, so I had to create a stop, which means I can't open this, right? So when I tried this on, when Myra and I got to this part, it's extremely tight around here, which means I pull this over my head. And long term, that's not gonna work. So we were trying to figure out what I could do here. And so there is a method that I can do for future tape but I don't have the tools to do it for this right now. So what I am going to do, two things, because this was tight. I did take out, we sewed 5/8 of an inch the whole jacket. So from my waist down, I went down to 1/4 of an inch. And as you can tell, this is still really snug. And so and this is how it looks from the back. See that? I definitely need room. You can definitely tell I need room. So what I am going to do for the side panel piece and for the back piece, I am going to, and you guys know I do not like doing this, but I am going to grade out the pattern piece 1 inch. Let me just share with you one piece. So here's the back. And the good thing about this pattern, there's not a lot of curves and all this and everything on it. So what I am going to do is start from the arm side and grade out 1 inch. And then when I sew my final version, I'll sew that using a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So I'm giving myself a lot of room because obviously this here, all of this in the back is sitting here because I have there's no release down here. And I don't mind room in my jackets, of course, because I'll, will wear something underneath here. But yeah, had there been some release, I wouldn't have all of this just sitting here like this. So hopefully that makes sense. So that's what I am going to do for my final version. And I need to do that to the back piece and the side panel piece. That's it. And yeah, that's going to give a lot of room, right? And then for this version that I am wearing, instead of dealing with having to put this over my head in order to wear it, because obviously me doing that, I've taken this out as far as I can. I'm not going to add a gusset in here. Those who might think, oh, just add a gusset, whatever, but it's a coat, it's a jacket. And something like this, I would rather be able to unzip and wear it open. This denim version. And so what I am going to do is actually take out this separating zipper because we haven't added the lining, anything. So it's going to be real easy for me to do to take this zipper out. I'm going to go to Joann's and just buy a metal separating zipper so I can unzip this all the way. And that way I can just wear this version open more frequently. And even if as I lose weight, I'm getting back on my journey. It should be a little bit, definitely this version, much looser. The newer version will be just a little bit bigger and everything, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that. So anyway, that is what I am going to do. Just want to let you know the update that I am making. You guys know I do not like grading up patterns. And I had a hack plan for this, but I'm not going to do it. I'm actually just going to do a different pattern. But anyway, that's that. Back to the video. All right, we are back. Myra helped me a lot. I'm going to take off my jacket real quick and just share with you because I have never had to line an unlined jacket. So Myra had to walk me through, and I share with you in a clip before I attach, and I'll probably have it drop over the screen here. Okay, so I just want to show you the inside after I have, because this pattern does not have, is not lined. And so this is you cut out 4 pieces for the facing, right? And so, and then you also have your back neck facing. So where you would attach the lining pieces, this is the sleeve. So you want your sleeve line, and then there's a side panel pattern piece. That is what you create to attach to the front facing. So you see I have done that for both sides here. And then here's the back. Let's see if I can turn this. So here's the back. I managed to get my label in before I attach everything. And so, yeah, so that's how it looks once the lining is cut. You're cutting off the sleeve, side facing, side panel, I should say, and your back that you have to attach to that back facing piece, because that's a regular pattern piece. So yeah, those are the pieces you would create. And then there is one additional change I've made in this final look. So per the instructions, you have the pocket piece. So you cut out 2 fabric and 2 lining piece. So when you attach the lining goes against the body like this. However, when I turn this over to the front of the jacket, so now here's the front of the jacket. So my zipper pockets are here. When I open the zipper, the fabric, you would see the fabric. I don't want to see the fabric. You can't even see the lining. The lining is in there and you can't even see it. So a change I have made is, because this is the part that gets sewn around that pocket, what I've done is cut out 2 more lining pieces. And what I'm going to do is just top stitch this onto the actual fabric piece. So here's the inside. When you attach it, it gets attached like this all the way around. And so on the inside, when I unzip it, I see the pretty lining. So that's what I wanted to see. So just think about that if you're putting together a jacket and you just have a pocket that's inserted like that. I think it's much funner to see the lining as opposed to the actual fabric on the inside. Okay, that is my tip. How this looked unlined, like just the lining before I attached everything to it, looks really, really good. And so I like it. Is this that was super helpful?
Yes. Well, thank you.
I didn't know what the heck I was doing. Y'all know I'm still learning a lot. And so those tips and everything that we figured out that Myra told me really did help. So the fabric, my lining this is fabric from Sean from Kittenish Behavior. She sent this to me. I don't know, I forget the composition of it, but I want to say it was a spoon flower design, she told me. And so absolutely beautiful. That's what I use for my lining. And then if you all remember, I hauled this indigo, well, it's from Mood Fabrics. I can link this down below. It's from Mood Fabrics. It's the indigo waxed canvas. Yes. I'm looking at Myra because she was helping me find this. And so that's the fabric that I use. And then the zippers all came from Wawak. I decided to use on the muslin. As you saw, I used continuous zipper tape, and then I had to create the zipper stops and everything. I have a separate video on that. I'll link to that in the iCards. But this time for this, I decided to use black with the brass teeth. And these all came from Wawak. And as you can tell too, I did a different version. The first version I did is the version that Myra has on. Yes. We kind of switched. Yes. I ended up doing the version that she did for her muslin. Yes. And so that is my fabric. You want to tell them about yours?
Now what I have here is, it's a faux, mine is a cornflower blue faux leather from Minerva Fabrics. And some of you may or may not know that I am a Minerva ambassador, but this one I paid my own coins for. Now I'll take this off so you can see my lining. I actually purchased from Etsy, and it is, you can see that, it is a multicolor and it has a cornflower blue stripe in it as well. That came from Etsy, and I'll send both the links to Natita so she can provide the links for my fabrics in her description box below. But both of these fabrics went together really nicely. My zippers on here, actually I should show you guys that before I take it off, before I put it back on. My zippers came from the same place that Natita's came from. But I had to order white. Let me see if you can see that. I had to order white, and I had to dye my zippers cornflower blue. Actually, you might be able to see it better here. There you go. And I had to dye them because I couldn't find a zipper that matched the color enough for myself. And what I did a little bit different on mine, I saw a video, and you guys will get all that information I'll send it to Natita. But I saw an inspiration picture somewhere on TV, not a video, and she had this exact same jacket. You guys will be able to see that on my Instagram when you come over and take a look at it. But she had a belt on there, so that's what I did. I added the belt. You can see that. There it is. And this belt, I actually made myself as well. Here, let me take it out so you can see it better. Here we go. Here's the belt. There we go. And I added the belt to the back of the jacket with just a few belt loops right there that you can see there. Just a few of them. That's the only difference that I made. The first jacket, Natita was saying, this jacket that she made is like my first one, my muslin, which you'll see on my Instagram. But this jacket was like her first jacket. It was the longer version without the band on the bottom. And I didn't put the band because I knew I wanted to put this belt on there and I wanted to see if it would work, and it did. So I'll tell you guys all about it on my channel, but this is Miss Natita's channel, so we're gonna send it back over to her.
So yeah, this was really good. There were a couple things, as you saw, I made a lot of adjustments because of the pattern sizing. Alrighty, so there were a couple adjustments I need to make, and one is in the shoulder, because the shoulder is like an inch off of where my shoulder stops. So I just came in an inch and graded down to the notches, and that's the back piece I have to do that on. And I also have to do it on the front side panel piece, because that's where the shoulder meets on the jacket. And so that piece I cut off, I just laid it right there on my side panel, and you see it ends right there by the notch, and I am going to cut that off as well, and that will take care of the shoulder piece. Okay, the next adjustment I have to make is because I don't have enough room around the midsection and everything. I will have to grade this pattern out, which you all know I'm not a fan of, but I will have to do it for this. So I have measured, I needed a good 6 inches, but I added an additional 2 in there. So for the back piece, because the back piece is just 2 pieces together, center back seam straight. And so I measured from the underarm for the back, and I'll do the underarm for the front side panels where I'm gonna make that adjustment. And I'm angling my ruler from I drew a line from there all the way across where this will be stitched together, and then angled out 2 inches. And then I will smooth. I'm on with Myra. She's walking me and helping me through this. So I will be smoothing this out so it's not so jagged. It's not down and jagged, but I'll smooth that out. So that's what I'll do for the back. And then the side front panel, I'm going under the underarm as well, and I'm going to do the exact same thing, where, let me just show you, I will start again at that underarm and go out the 2 inches and make sure that's nice and clean and everything. And then because I am doing view A with the waistband and I'm going out a total of 8 inches, I will have to lengthen this waistband piece, which is piece 8, a total of 8 inches, and I will lengthen it in 2 different areas on this. I won't lengthen it all from one area, but 2 different areas on the pattern, so it's distributed fine, even though this looks like a perfect rectangle. But anyway, those are the adjustments that I needed to make. So Myra helped walk me through the pieces that I needed to adjust, and I shared in a clip the pieces that I adjusted. And so a couple things I will show, because everything is not perfect. You see this hem tape down here at the bottom. Let me come a little closer. I had a little bit of issue of fabric missing down here. So as you can tell, I hand stitched all this in to make sure that, you know, there was no gaping there. But then you see this hem tape, I pressed that on because when I was top stitching, this fabric is beautiful to work with, but doing a lot of top stitching, it almost acts like a faux leather.
Oh,
where it can, I mean, I did use my walking foot and everything, but it was still a little tricky because of the wax film that's on here. It still made it a little tricky to move through. And so I noticed after I topped, because I stitched from this side, I flipped it over and it was all kind of, what is that called? Nesting of threads.
Yes.
On
yes.
this side
Yes.
of my jacket. So I just went and bought hem tape, and I used the hem tape and just press the hem, because this is hem tape, iron on hem tape. Some hem tape you can iron on, some you stitch on. This
Wow.
is iron on hem tape, so that's what I use to cover all of that.
And that's new to me too, you guys.
And so yeah, but I will say working with this fabric was really nice. It's just tricky because there was a lot of top stitching and that wax consistency, even if using a walking foot or a Teflon foot, because I did switch back and forth, it can be a little tricky. So some areas I did top stitch, most of the areas I did top stitch the collar and everything, but there was one area I can't think of off the top that I did not top stitch because it was just too much. And as you can tell, the zipper here on the side, when you unzip, you get a nice little peek here.
Yeah.
For the pocket though, I wanted to see my lining on the inside. So the pattern calls you to use lining fabric and your outer fabric, but when you sew them together, when you open the zipper, you only saw your main fabric. So I decided I wanted to unzip and see my lining fabric. So I just made sure I used both pieces for that. So yeah, I think that I love how it turned out. In the adjustments I made with the shoulder adjustment I had to make, and then to have enough to go across the belly area, that worked for me. And it doesn't feel as boxy as the muslin that I showed you earlier in the video.
Yeah. And the only thing that I can add on mine was Natita has beautiful top stitching around her lapels. On mine, I didn't do any top stitching. I can show you some of that on mine because, well, first off, I'm not very good at working with faux leathers. And getting to the edge of this, when I did a test, I kept running off the edge, even with my Teflon foot. I couldn't get it to be stable, so I decided not to do it. But I got a good, nice press on the lapels, as you guys can see, that makes it flatter so that it looks nice.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
But the top stitching on hers is immaculate. It looks really, really pretty.
Don't put a lot of heat on this. Use your pressing cloth.
Yes, definitely. Even with the faux leather, I use the pressing cloth as well.
So that is it. That was our collaboration, and we just wanted to make sure that we got the muslin in, and any changes, fit changes we wanted to make, it was all good, and something we knew we were gonna come together during this trip to take our video and take pictures and all that. So you would have seen some pictures pop up by now, maybe some short video clips, just sharing with you, you know, our final looks.
Yes, and thank you for welcoming me to Natita's World. I can't get her name out, but thank you all for welcoming me to Natita's World. And I appreciate everything that you've done to help me as well. So anything I can do to help you, you got it.
All right, everybody, that is it. Y'all got to go check out my friend's Instagram. Go over there, you'll see it. It'll be live now, so you can really get some of the other details and everything on both of Myra's versions. You want to see her muslin is much nicer than my muslin.
I don't know about that.
Make sure you go check that out. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today, and don't forget to come back on Wednesday for the next video.
Bye now.